the top, she'd call on the French ambassador. A footman met her gravely in the lofty hall and regretted that His Excellency was not at home, but he would convey her compliments to the ambassador's wife, and would she kindly wait in the drawing room. Pat followed him into one of the most delightful rooms she had ever seen in her life, overlooking Kensington Gardens. Her thoughts were interrupted by the entrance of Madame Massigli herself, who proved to be a most charming and understanding lady, who put Pat at her ease at the very first words of greeting. Perhaps she noticed that Pat was slightly uncomfortable as she offered her a cigarette, and began a conversation about current events which made Pat feel as though she had known Her Excellency all her life. Madame Massigli mentioned that they were holding a reception that day, and Pat saw with envy the butler and the footman preparing the buffet. The magnificent tapestry in the adjoining room was woven in France and brought over to grace the walls of the residence. It was one of the most beautiful she had ever seen. Pat might meet many Frenchmen and French women during her search for French atmosphere, but she realized that none would be as gracious as Madame Massigli, the foremost Frenchwoman in England. How well she had earned her reputation for poise and chic. After she left the residence, Pat began to examine the business side of French life, picking shops at random from the book of the French Chamber of Commerce, and also a few she saw quite by chance on her travels. She felt it was remarkable just how many French names and French shops you could find if you really looked for them.